We end week 9 with the Buccaneers at Chiefs. Let's talk a little football. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we're back to finish off week 9 in the NFL. Another insane Sunday. We're going to go over the entire recap in just a little bit. So far for week 9, we are total plus zero point 0.3 units. It's profitable, but I wanted more, and we had some rough luck, especially with an injury, unfortunately. But we'll go over that entire recap in a bit. Reminder, after this video, you will see an NBA Best Bets video out for the Monday slate, and it is a 15-game slate, so be sure to check that out. But real quick, before we get started, got to mention Kalshi, you guys. You guys know about it. We partnered with them. Me and Ryan have been using it a ton, and it's a lot of fun. Been hearing from some people that are having a lot of fun as well. You're pretty much betting on world events, buying, selling contracts, whether it's weather, movies, music, politics, presidential race, whatever it is. It's a lot of fun, and so go check it out. If you sign up now using the link below, you get a $20 bonus credit. All right, let's get right into it now, and that means it's a fun fact, and it's a current one. Here we go. With today's loss to the Panthers, Derek Carr becomes the first quarterback in NFL history to lose to 31 different franchises. The only team he has not lost to is the Raiders. They play them December 29th. What an honor by Derek Carr. Anyways, in this video, we're going to recap week 9. We're going to go over every single bet, and then we're going to preview. And I got 2 best bets, including a little sprinkle on a ladder for the Bucs Chiefs Monday Night Football. And then we'll finish it with the bets recap for Monday Night Football. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below. Continue to help this channel grow. We have hit 31,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button as we're now on our way to 32,000 subscribers. Also, thank you for all the support for everyone that showed up while I was on the Kerm show live this morning talking NFL. That was cool to see you guys. But let's get it started. And that means it's recap time. Here is the entire week 9. Yes, it's a lot. Let's go through it real quick, guys. Saints team total over 24.5. How frustrating was that? We needed a field goal at the end. They couldn't drive down the field. The biggest part here was Chris Olave was lost at the very beginning of the game, taken off on a stretcher. Hopefully he's okay, by the way. That's obviously the most important part. But after that, they didn't have many receivers. They struggled throwing the ball. It was just mind-boggling. The injury definitely affected this one, but either way, Derek Carr and the Saints could not put up more points. They had like 3 red zone trips that ended in field goals, I think. Maybe it was 2, but I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. The chances were there. I love the read, just didn't happen. Chargers money line, an absolute beatdown of the Cleveland Browns. Jameis Winston threw those interceptions that we talked about that he was due to throw. And then the Bears money line, maybe the worst read of the weekend. They were right in the game, and then they gave up like a 50-something yard run with 4 seconds left in the first half. I knew once that happened, it was absolutely over. It dejected them, and their offense was terrible, and they just absolutely sucked. There's nothing else to say. Bears just sucked today. Player props, Thursday Night Football, we already know. We just added that in there just so you guys could see the whole week 9, but CJ Stroud started out with a nice winner. Malik Neighbors over 68.5 receiving yards. I'm going to sit here with you guys and tell you, Daniel Jones was the issue. Do you know how many passing yards Daniel Jones had at halftime? 0, the exact same amount as I did. And then Neighbors in the second half, finally they started feeding him the ball. He ended with 58 yards. If the Commanders didn't get a first down on the Giants won, they would have had one more possession with like a minute left or something. But either way, guys, when you get 0 yards passing from your quarterback at the first half, you're not going to go over this. Jacoby Myers, one of the easiest wins of the weekend, had it easy. That was one that I should have just laddered on its own. And here it is. The guy who cost me a swing of over 3 units today, instead of winning the ladder down below, as you can see in bet number 10, and instead of winning his 1 unit play over 79.5 for receiving yards, he got hurt after 2 catches for 36 yards in the first half, and that was all she wrote. That's right. And 1 injury. If he plays with that game being competitive and how many times they threw, and him already having 36 yards really quickly, I have no doubt he would have hit 80, maybe probably hit 90. And if that would have happened again, you'd be seeing us up almost 4 units today. But woulda, coulda, shoulda, an injury, and it happens in the NFL, so it's not complaining. It's just one of those tough things you can't control. Austin Cyber over 1.5 field goals, got that done at the end of the game, luckily. Matthew Stafford over 238.5. This is a bet where we got lucky and unlucky. The unlucky part, Puka Nacua got ejected for a very light punch of a Seahawks player. It was a ridiculous ejection, and it cost them. I mean, they weren't stretching the field as much. That was a tough one to take, but luckily, we got overtime for him to get over because they weren't throwing the ball at all in the fourth quarter. So lucky, unlucky, either way, we'll take the win. Devon Achane, This is the bet I added on Saturday night in the pinned comments on Discord, on X, everything, and he came through for us. He absolutely clutched up. He's a stud when it comes to receiving yards. And then the ladder, there it is. Guess what? Stafford hit it. He almost threw for 300 yards. And then A.J. Brown, we all know, got injured. Sunday Night Football, that game is going on right now, so we do not know. I have 2 bets out there for a half unit each. Hopefully we get some winners there. I know Downs only has a couple catches right now, but hopefully he picks it up and the Colts can cover. And then anytime touchdowns, I went on a hot streak, and now I'm officially on a cold streak. I think that's 6 losses in a row. This is why I put a quarter unit on it. You have to get some luck in these, and we're just not getting it. Swift touchdown. You can't score a touchdown when your team doesn't move the ball or do anything, really. David Montgomery touchdown. I didn't see all the game. I know Gibbs got a touchdown, but he just did not get the job done. I think they got a couple defensive touchdowns as well. And then Cook and Henry TD. Henry got the touchdown. James Cook got a carry inside the 5, like once or twice, just did not get in. Again, you need some luck on these. But again, I only put a quarter unit, so even losing 3, you just lose 3/4 of a unit. Week 9 overall since the beginning, plus 0.3. Not good enough. I want more. But that is the entire Week 9 bets recap. I'm here to be as transparent as possible so you guys can see, what were the good reads. And if you guys just see X's on guys like A.J. Brown, you get very upset at me for the bet or anything, just make sure you check to see what happened first. I get some comments of people that don't know that people got hurt and things happen. You just get unlucky, so that's part of betting. But that's page 1. Let's check out page 2 now. And there it is. Game bets, player props, everything is broken down. Anytime touchdown bets, we were doing okay, and then the last 2 weeks hit. But overall record 70-75, up 2.22 units. Not enough. Not where I wanted to be. We're still got a long ways to go, about halfway done with the season. So that's all we got for the entire bets recap. And now let's talk some Monday Night Football. All right, we head out to Kansas City where the Chiefs host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Chiefs, a huge -9 with a total of 45.5 points in this game. Just some quick preview and trends. The Bucs have now gone over in 5 straight games, over by an average of 18.8 points per game. Absolutely crazy. A lot of that's because of their defense. But Bucs games are now over this 46 line in 6 of 8 games. Chiefs 5-2 against the spread. Bucs are 4-4. Injuries, it's not pretty for the Buccaneers, obviously. Godwin out for the year. Mike Evans still out. McMillan, their wide receiver, questionable with a hammy. Bucky Irving, questionable with a toe. A lot of offensive players. Their defense, Antoine Winfield in the secondary, questionable. Tyke Smith's questionable. Those are 2 big losses if they don't play as well. Chiefs, pretty healthy other than the main big guys that are already on the IR. So I got 2 best bets for you. This first one's a ladder. Give me Rachaad White over 23.5 receiving yards at -110 on DraftKings. This is a 1 unit play for me. And then, sorry, this is a half unit play for me. Then we're going to ladder it. But I like this play whether Bucky is playing or not. I'm going to be honest with you. Bucky hasn't missed a game yet, so there's not any data on that. But White has become a pass catcher, and he did this last year too, and we cashed some pass catching bets for him. But let's hop into Outlier now and check out some stats on him. So if we take a look at Outlier, over this in 4 of 7 games this year. As you can see, we have 2024 clicked. And also 3 of the last 4, which you like to see. And also 35 plus receiving yards in 3 of the last 4. Again, for this bet, we just need 24. But let's scroll down and kind of dig into the stats a little bit more. And right there, we have receptions and targets. He has 6 targets in 4 games this year, including 6 in each of the last 2 games. Last week was without both stud wide receivers. The same will be the case this week, which really helps. And then if we go to average yards per reception right there, you can see he is averaging 8 yards per reception. And then you click over next to it, longest reception, and you can see he gets a big catch almost every game. He has a catch of 18 plus yards in 4 of 7 games this season. You can see a 23-yard catch, a 32, a 22. This guy can make some big plays. And now let's scroll down even more. Let's look at the target share here just to talk about it. Those are all the guys. Godwin out, Evans out, Bucky questionable, McMillan possibly out, maybe he is questionable. That leaves only Otten and White as the highest target guys. They're literally the only 2 guys over a 7% target share. He is going to get some dump offs. Plus, the weather is not exactly great. It's going to be fine. It's not super windy, but it is going to be raining. And so, I mean, you're going to see dump off after dump off, in my opinion. And then let's look at the matchup over there on the right real quick. Chiefs are about average, 13th when it comes to that. So it's not a big deal there. But here's what some running backs have done to them. Madison, 29 receiving yards. Kamara, 40, 30 to J.K. Dobbins. And he doesn't get a lot anyways. But they can be beat by running backs. It's a decent matchup. But the real part I love is the game script. I mean, the Bucs are 9-point underdogs. They are going to be throwing the ball a ton. Chiefs have a great run defense, which means you're going to see them throw it even more. Baker's pass attempts line is 34.5 for this game. I mean, he is going to chuck it all over. I think White catches, 4+ passes probably here, gets over 23.5 yards. He is one of the only guys. He's one of their better pass catchers right now. So give me a Mr. White over 23.5 receiving yards, and then we're going to ladder. This is just a small ladder. Just going to do it one time. Quarter unit. Give me Rachaad White, 36+ receiving yards. I saw this at plus 205 on DraftKings. I know it's a random number, but that's what I found on a lot of these books. It's like 25 or 50. But DraftKings, if you go to alternate line over under, then you can see over 35.5. So 36 plus. If you just want to go 40 plus, you could do that too at like plus 250, I think it was. But again, he's had 40 plus in 3 of the last 4 games. I love getting plus 205 odds here. It's just 13 extra yards. He gets big plays. He can make it happen. He's going to be a big part of this offense, whether Bucky plays or not. So that's just a quarter unit sprinkle. Give me White over 23.5 and White 36 plus as my first bets. And then we move on to the final bet. And it's the same team, but it's a quarterback. Give me Baker Mayfield over 22.5 completions at minus 110 on DraftKings for a half unit. We haven't done many pass completions. We've done a few pass attempts lines, but he averages 25.25 pass completions this season. So he's averaging like 3 over this. The big thing here, again, is the game script. He's going to pass the ball a ton. He has a very high pass attempts line. As you can see by this screenshot from Outlier, he's over this in 6 of 8 games. He has 31 or more pass completions the last 2 weeks. I mean, it has been absolutely insane. Not having Godwin or Evans hurts, but I will say it does make him get some easier completions. He's finding K. Dotton for shorter passes. He's finding Rachaad White. So he's going to get some easier completions instead of just trying to bomb it down the field with Evans. I'm not saying it helps to not have them because that's obviously not the case. But matchup-wise, Chiefs have been pretty good, allowing the 11th lowest completion percentage, but for me, it's all about the volume here. Chiefs are also top 10 in allowing the most pass attempts. That's what happens usually when you have a good run defense. So, like I said, I just think the Bucs are going to chuck it all over the field. He has flown over this the last 2 weeks. It might not be super efficient because the Chiefs have a good defense, but I think he is going to throw the ball so much that I like the over 22.5 completions for Baker Mayfield, and that is my final bet for Monday Night Football. So that's what we got. Let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. Rachaad White over 23.5 receiving yards for a half unit, and then Rachaad White 36 plus receiving yards. I know it's a random number, plus 205 on DraftKings. That is a quarter unit sprinkle. And then Baker Mayfield over 22.5 completions for a half unit, minus 110. And that's what I got. Let's get some winners. Let's hit the ladder. Let's hit Baker Mayfield and end the week strong in the profit. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit that like button. And also go check out the NHL video, which is out now for Monday, with the NBA video coming out soon. All right, hope everyone has a great Monday. We'll talk to you soon.